Nothing in pop culture safe. Wizard casting truth bombs. Marv bringing the fire. When the heart takes head, you're in the Culture Crossfire. Wizard spells, monsters roar, breaking down the culture war. When the fandom flames rise higher, you're caught up in the crossfire. Crossfire climber, caught up in the fandom flame. Crossfire climber, nothing in pop culture safe. Wizard casting truth bombs, Marv bringing the fire. When the heart takes hit, you're in the Culture Crossfire. You're caught up in the crossfire.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another Culture Crossfire. I am the real-life fake wizard, joined as always with my co-host, Marv. How we doing today?
We're doing good. Episode 3 of Culture Crossfire. This is fantastic, guys. If this is your first episode, this is a weekly show on Thursday mornings. Wizard and I simulcasting on both of our channels, the Real Life Fake Wizard channel, the M4 Empire. We take turns hosting. This week, Wizard is in the driver's seat. Last week, I was. And so, you know, it's going to be a fun time. We're going to be talking about a lot of things. Something's good, something's bad, something's in between, and mostly bad when we're talking about that Lanterns trailer, because oof.
Yeah, man, we got to talk about Lanterns. I don't know what DC's doing. We're going to get into it in a little bit. I'm really not happy with this Lanterns thing. We will talk about that, but I'm seeing a lot of names popping in. Good to see you all joining us for this. I think the best way to describe this is it's brunch time.
It kind of like
is. We've got a brunch time show.
We do. We have a brunch time show. I just wish I had some brunch here. You know, I can go for some eggs Benny right now.
We could go for the, bottomless mimosas.
I always think of that line from How I Met Your Mother, where he's like, "Dude, the eggs Benny is redonkulous."
Well, that's us. We are the Thursday eggs Benny. Yeah. So let's go ahead and get right into it, man, because we got some stuff. It's like we look at what's going on in the gaming. We look at what's happening with entertainment. This is a big one. I'm pulling it up now. We look at Pixar, right? What is the deal with Pixar? What is going on here? We got to talk about Hoppers. Okay, this movie comes out right now. This is in theaters as we speak. Hoppers is not projected to be doing very well. There's no talk for this movie. There is no marketing behind it, it seems. The budget is an estimated 150 million.
Is it really 150 million? That's insane.
Yes.
The trades are apparently like hyping this like it's supposed to, like this could be the biggest Pixar box office in years. And I'm just like, I don't know about that. We'll see. I mean, it is a family movie that's coming out at a time where there really are no other family movies. We're coming off the success of Zootopia 2. But I mean, I don't know, man. I've never heard anyone talk about this movie. It's just like, because like I barely even, I'm like, wait, the Beaver movie? Like,
this is a concept we've seen before. Protagonist becomes an animal. Okay. We've seen it with Brother Bear. We've seen it with Turning Red not too long ago. Right. But as we look at this now, it's like, okay, now this little girl turns into a beaver, and you're sending it out in March, which was last March with Disney?
Oh,
Snow White.
Last March with Disney was Snow White. We were just coming off of Captain America, so it was bomb after bomb.
That's right. Yeah. So did they ship this movie out now to just get rid of it, Like, why ship this now? I mean, what I have so many questions as to what's the reasoning behind this movie. We know that Pixar has been in a rocky place for a long time, right? Like we know that there's been internal discussions, like things need to be better. They're literally desperate to the point where they're bringing back Toy Story and Incredibles, and we're just gonna get sequels now, cranking out sequels. What's the deal?
That's because Inside Out 2 did as well as it did. And the only reason it did as well as it did, because I maintain we got the Saudi Arabian cut released worldwide. Because there were all these rumors that there was going to be all this LGBT stuff in Inside Out 2, and then there was none of it. And everybody was I remember I said to Problem, like, did we just get the Saudi cut? Like, is this the cut for China? Like what happened here? Because there was nothing virtue signaling about it, and the movie made over $1 billion. So they're coming off a major win, but I mean, when it comes to original IP like this, they can't get a win. I mean, was Elio Pixar, or was that?
Yes, Elio was Pixar.
That was, oh my gosh, that was another one that had a massive budget too,
massive,
because they reshot the whole thing.
Yeah, they remade that movie like a few times. They had a lot of problems getting that out, and then by the time it came out, no one cared. No one went to see it. I don't see anybody going to see that. They're like Zootopia, right? We talk about Zootopia. I think, what did it clear? Something like a crazy amount of money.
It was pushing $2 billion.
It was yeah, right. It's like $2 billion for Zootopia too.
I don't think it hit the $2 billion, but it was getting up there. I think it was maybe 1.7. I think I remember seeing. I don't remember.
Which is. I mean, hey, great. But like, let's look at Zootopia. So that was the first movie, did extremely well.
Yeah.
And this is a sequel to a first movie that did extremely well, right? In a time where going to the theaters, I mean, parents are desperate to find things to do with their kids. And, it used to be you could take them to the movies every other weekend. Now, not so much. So to find something that was safe enough to take your kids to, and it wasn't bad, that's a plus.
We on the Lauren and Apollo show on the pros on the Pro channel, we have been doing like going year by year, more like the best movies of 1995, 1996, 1997. And I forgot how good we used to eat, man. Like, I'm able to make a list from like 1996 of like 15 movies that I saw that year. I don't remember the last time I saw 8 movies in a year.
I mean, unless it's because we're covering it with content. But I mean, look at even this headline here. You're talking about 2 movies that are dropping, 2 movies that have been, well, at least for The Bride, it's been talked about for some time. Like, that was promoted last year and it's dropping now. But these are 2 movies that no one cares to see. Like, no one really cares to see these films at all. And The Bride is being like, everybody's making fun of it now. Apparently it's terrible.
I mean, I saw the trailer for The Bride when I went to see The Bone Temple, and I was just like, I cannot believe this is a thing that somebody made and is putting out in theaters and expects to be profitable. It looks absolutely ridiculous. It looks like it doesn't really have a clear direction. But then again, Hoppers, I mean, like, the only thing anyone really knows about it is girl turns into beaver.
Right. And it's got wacky animation that's kind of unsettling. I mean, you go from something earnest like Brother Bear, the last time they did protagonist become, the last time it was earnest and sincere was Brother Bear. And that was what, 2006? Like, that was a long time ago. It might even be earlier than that.
Hand-drawn animation. It was the last hand-drawn animation before they switched over to what do you call it? The computer-generated animation for everything. I think Princess and the Frog after that?
Princess and the Frog was 2012.
Yeah. Okay. So then Princess and the Frog
was the last,
back, and then they never did it again.
Right. Oh, because then they were doing like the Meet the Robinsons where they were trying to get into 3D, and it was will they, won't they for a little while there.
Yeah.
Chicken Little 2005.
Chad is saying Brother Bear was 2003. That makes more sense. I'm
old, man.
I remember Brother Bear. The whole thing was they were saying like this is going to be the last hand-drawn animation movie that we do, and then when like almost 10 years later, Princess and the Frog comes out like a return to hand-drawn animation, and then Princess and the Frog bombed, and they were like, no more hand-drawn animation.
I mean, but I'm gonna pull up the. Go ahead.
I was going to say, but one thing to buckle up for is if this movie does bomb this weekend the way people think it's going to, next week we will be inundated with tweets from bots and articles from trades about like, well, you all say you don't like sequels, but then when something new comes out, you don't go to see it, and like,
Right.
like no, it has to look good too. Like it has to look entertaining. This does not.
This, I mean. You know, you could do the animation style is a hard thing to critique because it's from the eye of the beholder, right? But
Right.
does this look remotely interesting? Do we want to see this? I don't care. If I wasn't covering it here on YouTube, I wouldn't be going out of my way to the theater to see this.
Definitely not. But like,
It's the eyes. The
Yeah.
eyes are unsettling.
I don't remember when, maybe it was Wall-E when we all of a sudden switched over to this, like everyone is a bean, like their heads are all beans or bean mouth, I think is what they call it. Like,
yeah, I think that was recently the bean heads, the bean mouths.
yeah,
And,
Pixar did not used to be that.
No, they didn't. They had a very unique, like their own style, and they changed things every now and then. But I mean, so if we look at like what the reviews are saying for this movie and the people that are seeing it, they're saying it's almost exclusively for little kids. Like there is no value here for adults.
Well, nothing wrong with that. These movies should be for little kids, but yeah.
Fine, but that's there. When you look at Pixar movies of the past, you look at Finding Nemo, The Incredibles, Bugs Life. Adults can enjoy it. Adults at home. Oh, it's hey, Bugs Life's on, and they would put it on.
True,
because it was just that good.
Well, I mean, look, it is a lost art of being able to make something that appeals to both children and adults, or to make something specifically for children that the parents won't want to run headfirst into the wall and end themselves for it being on all the time. Like Sesame Street, the original Sesame Street did that perfectly. Henson did it perfectly because it would have things like, teaching kids to count and stuff like that. But then there'd be little jokes that go over the kids' heads that the parents would be like, oh, okay, yeah, cool. I get that. But then along came Barney, and Barney was like one of the first like slop things that parents hated because it was just mindless.
Yeah, Barney, and then after that, Teletubbies, and it just devolved. It continued to devolve, and
that was when parents stopped
kids
watching things with their kids and just started leaving their kids in the room and leaving.
Yeah, and that's a shame. But it's we're talking.
I have a brother who's 10 years younger than me. And I have another brother that's 3 years younger than me. And so when he was a baby, we would try to like introduce him to things that like we could stomach watching. And so like, cause he was all into like Blue's Clues and things like that, and things that we were just like, oh, this is on again. So we would like try to be like, look, this is called Rugrats. And like, he'd get really Rugrats for a little while until we then couldn't stand Rugrats anymore. So it was always like trying to like introduce something that was appropriate for kids that like we as older kids wouldn't, hate ourselves for.
I wish that there was still that level of entertainment that both parents and kids could enjoy. Like I wish we still had that. In a way, we don't anymore. It's Disney certainly isn't delivering it. We are finding it with things like DreamWorks, right? There, the first thing I thought of was How to Train Your Dragon. It's like, well, parents and kids could absolutely enjoy these films, the animation, I mean. But even, and Marv, I kind of want your insight on this because I didn't quite enjoy it myself. The Super Mario movie, the first one. What were your thoughts on that?
I loved it. I thought that was something that parents and kids could enjoy together because there was enough nostalgia there to like really drive an adult's like love of this classic franchise. But it also was just an entertaining movie for kids. I was a little put off. The only thing I was a little put off by in that movie was how goofy they made Bowser. Because so Bowser is essentially Jack Black. In this movie, like he's not Bowser, he's Jack Black, and Donkey Kong was the worst thing ever done. It was because Donkey Kong is literally just Seth Rogen. So but I still enjoyed it. We got to see a lot of the things that we grew up with. There were so many Easter eggs in the background. The Punch Out, bar that they go to, and and just so many cool things. I loved the Super Mario Brothers movie. That was one of my favorite movies of that year. I'm excited for next month for the Super Mario Galaxy movie, and I hope it blows everything Disney does this year out of the water.
I think it will.
Yeah,
I think it will.
Yeah, after the first one made $1 billion, I'll tell you what. I went back to see the Super Mario Brothers movie again, and I went to 4DX for it. Have you ever seen a movie in 4DX? Because it's insane.
Yes.
Like like for those of you that don't know, 4DX, the seats move. It turns any movie you see into Star Tours, essentially.
Yes. Oh, that's a good example. You usually just say roller coaster, but it literally is Star Tours.
Yeah.
So if you
the
like
Mario
Star
Kart
Tours,
section was amazing.
And a lot of people don't like how rocky Star Tours is with how you get jostled, but it's literally like you're 2 hours in being jostled around watching any movie that was out. I don't know if there's a lot of theaters that still do 4DX. Those are really expensive theaters. The last one that I saw, which I can't believe it. I can't believe I thought this was a good idea. Twisters.
Ooh.
I was like, oh no, guys, it's just Twisters. How bad could it be? Because the theater that was here, I saw Godzilla -1 in 4DX. Incredible experience. It was incredible. It was incredible. They had in the theater that we were in, they had all the fans going and stuff. So every time
that got a 4DX release. That's awesome.
Yes, it was in 4DX for like a day. I got the only showing, and it was there wasn't enough people there. I don't think enough people knew it was there. But like they also had these scent smell devices, kind of like that you find in Disney World.
Yeah.
And for Godzilla, it was like they were cranking those, and it was incredible. So I was like, oh, dude, Twisters, we got to do that. Most violent experience of my life.
I don't know why you thought it would be anything else. So Regal movie theaters have 4DX mostly. That's what I've had. Like AMC doesn't do them. I actually just switched over from the Regal thing to the AMC thing, just because like the pass that you get to like go whenever you want, which for me, I mean, it's a business expense for me, but at the end of the day, like I don't see nearly enough movies to justify it, but I still have it just because I don't want to think about it.
Right.
But the Regal one just wasn't working out for me anymore because they wanted you to pay for like 3 months at a time. And I'm just like, man, I don't want to do that. So I'm back to AMC. But the Regal theaters have the 4DX. I saw Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness on that. That was a trippy one.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I bet that was rough.
Yeah. Black Adam and Mario were like, those were the ones that I saw on 4DX. But I mean, I think it's an interesting concept.
Mario sounds fun. I bet that was a fun experience.
It really was. Yeah.
Yeah. But you know, we're not going to be seeing in 4DX Hoppers.
You don't want to experience this angry looking goose in 4DX or this ugly beaver.
It's like I don't care. I don't want to see this. But like I will, and I'm going in with an open mind, and I'm hoping to be blown away and surprised. Right? I'm not bringing any negativity, and I try to give everything the best chance. It's just I'm extraordinarily critical, as many should be. I think we should be critical, but you know, we look at something like this versus, you know, even Zootopia. I didn't care for Zootopia 2 myself.
I haven't seen it yet. I'm waiting for it to come out on Disney Plus.
I tried. There's it's out on digital, and I tried to watch it with family, and we just couldn't get into it. We ended up shutting it off. But I think that's the caliber of Disney now. Is just it's not Moana 2. You know, we saw Moana 2.
I never watched that because I'm like, I'm not going to review it, so I don't care.
You're not missing anything. That was rough. Moana 2
was a TV series
rough.
That was made into a movie. It was developed to be a Disney Plus series, and then
you could feel it.
Yeah,
you could feel it. It's not good. It was it very clearly 3 episodes, but they insert 3 new characters that are the ensemble, like to be the ensemble cast, and they're not likable at all. You do not like them at all. You're like, where is Maui and Moana? Get these people off the screen. Get these Taika Waititi spin-off characters off the screen. It's like the companions from Lightyear. And you know you didn't like the Lightyear companions? I don't know if you saw Lightyear.
I
know chat, you guys didn't see Lightyear. It was bad.
Terrible.
That was rough.
I was like, man, we had a Buzz Lightyear thing. It was called Buzz Lightyear of Star Command, and it was awesome. Like, why didn't you just make a movie of that?
You could have brought that back or done like some kind of a follow-up, but no, they wanted to do Lightyear. And all right, hey, now you got to live with it. But okay, so let's go back to the numbers. Let's talk numbers really quickly. So they're saying that this Pixar's Hoppers aims for a 40 million debut. Now, Marv, you're in the weeds on this box office stuff. What does that actually mean? Is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? The movie was 150 million bucks to make without marketing involved.
So with marketing, even with a light marketing campaign that we're talking about here, you're probably still looking at about another $50 million on top of this. So what the studio has to recoup is about 200 million, which means this movie would have to make upwards of $400 million to break even. You got to think $40 million debut. That's going to be about $20 million to the studio. This is going to be bad. I mean, I don't know if they're saying 40 million as a domestic or 40 million worldwide.
No, it's 88 worldwide, 40 million domestic.
88 worldwide would be about 44 to the studio. That's still terrible.
Right.
Unless it has legs. I mean, like, because the thing about Zootopia 2 was that it had legs. Like, it kept, it was appearing in the box office top 10 like 2 weeks ago.
I mean, it is March 5th, so we're still early in March. We're not getting anything else for kids until the Super Mario movie, and I think that's the beginning of April, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's got a clear runway, so
April 1st.
It could open well, but man, I don't know. Man.
I think this movie's going to need good word of mouth, and I don't know if it's going to get that. It's going to have to be something that people are willing to talk about for the people that do see it. I mean, we'll be seeing it, we'll be talking about it. At least I will be. but there's going to be people that talk about. I think that's what this movie's going to need, because I think parents are just done with theaters, and I also think to a larger point, I think theaters are going to hurt this year. I think we're going to have explosive hits like the Super Mario Galaxy movie, like that. We know that's going to probably hit $1 billion. That's going to be a big deal. But what else do we have? Toy Story 5, which that got a middling response. Nobody cares.
Yeah,
Master of the Universe. Yeah.
Low budget horror is where Warner Brothers cracked this formula last year. Low budget horror is something that will still draw money. You might not hit $1 billion, but you're going to hit profit. Because Sinners, at the end of the day, was a more profitable movie than Captain America: Brave New World, because it made $1 of profit. Like, if you make $1, you've made more money than they made on Captain America: Brave New World. This stream today will likely be more profitable than Captain America: Brave New World. Like,
ain't that something?
Yeah. Yeah,
that's the world we live in.
The first 199 that we got in our Snow White review, I was like, we are officially more profitable than this movie's going to be. But look at what just hit majorly last week. $97 million opening for Scream 7.
I'm surprised about that.
So I'm going to the movies today, but it's not to see Hoppers. It's to see Scream 7, because we're going to talk about it on the M4cast tonight. So I had never seen a single Scream movie before this week, ever. I had gone my entire life never seeing Scream. And then Tatiana Maslany said, boycott this movie. And I turned to my wife. I said, we have to watch 6 Scream movies this week, so I can go And I'm going to sit in that theater
clear
today.
Calendar.
I'm going to sit in the theater today with my popcorn and my soda, and I'm just going to flip the double birds up into the air and hope that she can feel it.
I'm buying out the whole theater. I'm buying out the whole theater.
Yeah, out of spite. I maintain movie studios should hire Tatiana Maslany to boycott their films for them. That's how she can continue to have a career in Hollywood.
I mean, is that legit though? Did people go to see Scream 7 because there was like an anti boycott movement, or is Scream that loyal of a fan base?
Scream is a very loyal fan base, actually. And I think the reason why people went back was because they saw that Nev Campbell and Courtney Cox were back, essentially. Well, Courtney Cox was in Scream 6, but they saw that Nev Campbell was back, and they were like, okay, it's about Sydney. I'll go back. I don't care about these little stick figures that they tried to make us care about in Scream 5 and 6.
Right.
Because they tried to boycott it because the one that's not Jenna Ortega, I forget her name, but she's like the main. She was supposed to be the new main girl.
Right.
She's Billy Loomis's. She has a connection to Billy Loomis, and she was supposed to be but then she shot her mouth off too much about Palestine on X, and they were like, goodbye.
Yeah, it's got to be hard to be political when the Ellisons own that company, who are extraordinarily one-sided in that debate. It's hey, look, it's hard to talk politics, especially in this world. But we look at like movies coming out. We got the Super Mario Galaxy. I think the Michael Jackson biopic is going to do really well, but Mortal Kombat 2, I don't see that hitting $1 billion. Mandalorian and Grogu, I don't see that hitting $1 billion.
To be fair, Mortal Kombat 2 does not have to hit $1 billion. I mean, it shouldn't. If that has an out of control budget, there's a problem.
I think I often go into these, like, the goal of any studio is to make as much money as possible. So, and yeah, obviously $1 billion isn't realistic, but like that's the dream, right? I feel like that's
right.
That part of that is like, could this make could this be one of the highest earners of the year? And so, yeah, Mortal Kombat 2, Mandalorian and Grogu, I think it's gonna do Fantastic Four numbers.
Mandalorian and Grogu, yeah, it's not going to do good. They know it's not going to do good. That's why you suddenly saw all this stuff in the trades over the last week, where people were, all of a sudden like, did you know that the Mandalorian and Grogu is the cheapest Star Wars movie to ever be made?
Yeah, because they're
trying to head off the.
They're hedging it. Yeah.
They're trying.
Yeah, they're just setting the standard here, of what the lowest budget. Oh no, like it's absolutely a hit. It's absolutely a hit here, because like then they could do anything. If this movie does $400 million in its run, it's like, oh well, it's making the rest of its money here, and like it is profitable. Star Wars is saved. Star Wars is still a hit. It's like, no, I don't think so. Masters of the Universe. I don't think so. I don't think it's going to hit. That movie's expensive. Amazon and MGM put a lot of money into that movie.
Yeah. It's going to be expensive. It's not going to make $1 billion. I honestly don't think the only movie that I think Mario will hit $1 billion. I don't even think Avengers Doomsday will hit $1 billion. I don't know. Part of me could see it hitting that, but part of me also could see it topping off at like 600-700 million.
Right.
Just because of the apathy that Marvel has right now. Yes, the Avengers name does still probably go a long way, but I guess we'll find out. People are going to see Robert Downey Jr. and Steve Rogers on the trailer, and maybe that'll get them back in the theater. I have no idea.
Marv, I have to eat my words here. I was wrong.
About what?
This is going to be the biggest box office year ever.
Wait, you were wrong. We shouldn't cancel Disney Plus.
No. I'm correct on that one. I'm just saying the box office is going to explode this year because I'm just seeing here Moana, the live action Disney film, is dropping in July. Live action Moana.
That actually might do well.
It might actually do well.
That actually might do well, but like I don't know, man. It looks ridiculous. I think when that trailer came out, it got disliked into oblivion.
It's gonna be crazy to see how this all plays out, but we got this week is Hoppers, and we'll be covering it here. I know my brother and I are gonna cover it tomorrow on our morning show, Fake Cast. which is our we're premiere episode tomorrow for Fake Cast, 8:30 a.m. Shameless plug. And Marv, you're going to be talking about Scream tonight, right?
Yes. Tonight at 8 p.m., we're going to be talking about, Trish and I are going to run through basically all the Scream movies and then talk about Scream 7 and whether it was any good. Trish is a Scream super fan. So, you know, she's very excited.
I've heard. I've heard. Well, you could let Trish know my feelings remain solid on the fact that Supernatural should have ended after season 5.
I will let her know.
You let her know. Let her know. With that, let's snap back over to the chat.
To the chat.
To the chat. Marv, this is for you.
Butterbiscuit 92, member for 9 months, says, yo, finally got to catch this live. Congrats on a successful new show. I love watching this. Always energizes me to get through work for a bit. I'm glad you enjoy it, Butterbiscuit. We're glad to have you here, and thank you for being a member of the M4 Empire for 9 months.
Shout out, Butterbiscuit. Coming in, Sean, formerly artist John Cusack. Cusack for $1.99.
Yeah.
Wait, didn't you guys figure out a way around this, right?
We just kind of say Sean, formerly known as John.
Sean, formerly known as John. Now I know. Do you guys think Brokeback Mountain's 20th will be on 4DX?
Oh, my own. Like it's funny with 4DX, like when somebody punches somebody, you feel like a little like push against your back. Where would the push come?
Yeah.
When watching Brokeback Mountain in 4DX, I wonder.
And they punch you right in the lumbar support,
yes!
right in the worst spot to get hit.
I'm like, what if I'm sitting in a way that like you're hitting my spine at like a wrong angle? What if I gonna get paralyzed by a 4DX movie? I went to go see Black Adam and walked out paralyzed.
Hey guys, I got to call in sick for work. Well, what happened? You know, I went to see Brokeback Mountain in 4DX. Call all of the ambulances.
So I got to take this donut with me everywhere I go.
I thought I was seeing the Super Mario movie. I was in the wrong theater.
Marv, I didn't know you had hemorrhoids. No, this donut is for other things.
And
I went to the movies. Ruby Hoove gifted 1 M4 Empire membership. Thank you very much, Ruby Hoove.
Yeah, man, those 4DX experiences are insane. They're too much.
Well, so it's funny because like when you go to the 4DX movie, you don't really know what to expect. Like I remember when I went to see Mario, I'm sitting there and there's like a family next to us, and one of the kids goes, "Well, what is 4DX?" And the dad's like, "Oh," or the mom goes, "I don't really know." And I turned to her and it's like, "All right, buckle up." And then so there's like a 4DX like promo that runs before it. And it basically shakes you all over the place because it's just introducing you to like, I guess it's like the go get your money back now if this is not for you thing.
Yeah.
And I looked at the lady and she was just like, oh, that's what 4DX is.
There's still time. Get your money back now.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, it is it's a wild experience, 4DX, especially like when you have popcorn and it's like flying all over the place.
Yeah, it's I saw the first time I saw a 4DX film. This was back in New York City, and it was the Batman, Matt Reeves, the Batman movie. Now, I went. It was like an early showing on the Wednesday, so it was like the Wednesday before, and I was like, I really want to go. I don't want to be spoiled for this. I want to see it totally blind. All I've seen is like one trailer. I just want to experience this now. And this was a long time ago. Like this was what, 21, 22? So March. And we go in and there are no more seats. There's only the front seat, like the front row. And it was 4DX. So now I'm looking up like this. And it also like all the car racing and stuff.
Well,
and I'm
thankfully there's not a whole lot of action in that one. The Batmobile chase scene must have been fun.
It was something.
The chair should move every time it goes bum 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 bum, 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 bum. It's literally just those 5 notes for like 3 hours,
and
over and over again. By the way,
they made it awesome.
I feel the need to call out a joke that I made in the chat that is good, because anytime I can insult Steve from Floral from Under a Rock, I find it fun. I made my joke about Tatiana Maslany, and he was just like, ever notice how Marv uses the same jokes across streams? And I said, well, Steve, when you come up with a funny joke, you want to try it out in front of different audiences. I hope you find that out someday. Just felt the need to call out his public humiliation.
We had Steve was on yesterday. We were on the pro show, and he feeds goldfish to children.
Oh no, yes, I've heard of this. Yeah, no, yeah, as a youth pastor, yes,
that's right. Yeah, he feeds
goldfish to children in the name of Jesus.
That's right. Yeah, as Jesus would have wanted, I think.
Yeah, no,
right.
Jesus fed an entire party with a loaf of bread and a fish. So Steve,
that's right.
Steve just fed a group of youth pastor children with a bunch of goldfish.
I like
are you running a youth pastorship, or are you like pledging a fraternity? Next, we're gonna fall off this balcony onto these mattresses.
We're gonna run head first into this junkyard refrigerator.
Lou, you believe that I do not want to see you die tonight? I love old school.
Shout out Floor from Under a Rock.
Yeah, he's great. Go subscribe to his channel, guys. It does actually, despite the jokes that I make, he actually does come up with some winners. One good one for every 10, but they're still good.
All right, we gotta keep moving on. We gotta talk about James Gunn. The transition's ridiculous.
To the culture. I forgot you sent them to me for last week's show, and I forgot to use them.
I just remember now, but it's funny because it's the big explosion, but the little pop like a firework. It's ridiculous. Wrong button. There we go. All right. So look, here's Lanterns. The trailer dropped yesterday. It was on March 4th. It was supposed to drop March 5th, but they premiered it on accident. They were trying to do a teaser for a trailer, a teaser for a teaser. And somebody accidentally put out the whole thing, and they just posted the whole thing. Unfortunately, we cannot play this because we will instantly get copyright claimed across. And it's not just one channel. It'll be both of our channels. So we have to be very careful about that, because Warner Brothers, whether it's owned by Paramount or not, is not nice to content creators, right? Okay.
Speaking of not nice, nobody's nice to anybody in this trailer.
No, they're not.
You know how I described this trailer yesterday on X? I said 20 F-bombs and 0 Green Lanterns.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's very true. But here we go, folks. We're back with the next installment of the DC Studios, the DCU, and it's Lanterns, and it's another rated R property that's not for longtime comic book fans. It's not for kids. It's not really for normies. Marv, who's this for? I don't know who this is for.
It's for James Gunn. James Gunn will sit down and watch every episode of this and love it, because they say because they drop the F-bomb. It's nihilistic. It's woke. It's it's everything James Gunn loves.
But I don't understand. Why would you take Green Lantern, which already had a really rough release back in, 2012, 2011? Green Lantern movie, that didn't do very well. And this is the first time now you're bringing Green Lantern back to modern audiences. And I don't mean modern audiences. I mean literally the audiences of today.
Yes.
And this is how you're introducing them, swearing, not in costume, kind of rejecting powers, like you're not suited up. Is this you can't tell me it's a budget problem.
Not a single construct is made. There's no space, there's no aliens. This is Green Lantern, and the entirety of it takes place in an American desert.
Why, man? What are we doing here?
So what you've got here is you've got Jon Stewart basically for the entirety of this trailer just telling Hal Jordan, the old white guy, what a piece of crap he is.
Yeah, I'm better at this than you. But you're the rookie. I'm supposed to be training you. But yeah, you know I'm better at this than you. Come on, dude.
Then you have some girl boss sheriff telling him what a piece of crap he is. You got everyone in this trailer tells Hal Jordan that he is a piece of crap.
You stay out of my effing way.
Yeah.
What? Is this the Hal Jordan of the comic books that we all love? Or is this guy like he still has optimism, but like the world doesn't have optimism for Green Lantern? Or
and at one point he's like, do you talk to the other lanterns? He's like, I'm the only human. I'm like, does Guy Gardner not exist? Is this not in continuity with Superman?
Yeah. Is it not? I mean, that's a very good question, because
one of them's an effing squirrel. I'm like, maybe show that. Maybe like show us the squirrel. Maybe show us Kilowog. Show us Oa, the Guardians. Literally anything Green Lantern. This is not the property that you do a TV budget with. And it did not need the Peacemaker, we're so edgy treatment where everyone's going to F-bomb. There's probably going to be nudity. Like, no. How about you, like the core, like you want to do that with Peacemaker. You want to do that with Creature Commandos, whatever. A salute. Go do whatever you want. No one cares about those characters anyway. This is a Justice League character.
Yes. It's two Justice League characters.
Yep.
It's not only Hal Jordan here that you're insulting, but this is, again, you're harming the legacy of Jon Stewart.
Mm-hmm.
So another fan favorite legacy character. Jon Stewart is an awesome character.
Yeah.
That like, and now I know a lot of people had complained like, oh, Aaron Pierre is not, he doesn't fit the bill. He's not going to look good. He's not going to act good enough. I don't care about that. I care about, is the character being represented well in the actual end performance? And so far, I'm seeing no. So far, I'm seeing no, not at all here.
Can I make a prediction here, Wiz? By the end of this, Hal Jordan is Parallax, and Jon Stewart has to defeat him.
Oh no! Oh no, dude! Well, I was going to say my prediction is that Hal Jordan doesn't make it to whatever Lanterns 2 is, or a Justice League, or Man of War. Like, I think Hal Jordan dies by the end of this.
Well, so like I loved the way Jeff Johns, when he wrote the Green Lantern books, I loved the way he described them. Like John's constructs being more like architectural and like or Kyle's constructs, because Kyle's an artist, they're constantly like changing because he's like erasing and like resketching things in his mind. Guy's ring like sparking because he's such a hothead. Like these are things I've always wanted to see actually put out there in even live action or animation, even though there was a fairly decent Green Lantern animated series a while back. I love Green Lantern. Hal Jordan is my Green Lantern. Green Lantern Rebirth was the comic book that got me back into comic books. It is it could be a character that is so great, but nobody ever does him correctly, because nobody ever actually makes him be Hal Jordan. In the Ryan Reynolds movie, he was just Ryan Reynolds.
Right.
Even in Justice League War, he's just arrogant. He's arrogant for no reason, and I'm like,
and unlikable.
Yeah, I'm like, you're not Hal Jordan.
Yeah.
And they make Jon Stewart the insufferable POC who has to tell the old white guy that he's a piece of crap and outdated and it's time to move over and blah blah blah. It is just nothing but the 2020 Hollywood playbook played out in front of us in 2026. It looks absolutely terrible. And we see a Green Lantern costume hung up on a hanger at one point. We see the ring a bunch of times. We see Hal fly in one of the stupidest looking things in the entire trailer.
Yeah, it doesn't look good. But this particular scene that I have up on screen, this is the dialogue here. Now, we don't know if it's the actual dialogue in this scene, though it's implied to be, where Jon Stewart is telling Hal Jordan, that John is better at protecting people than you. I'm better at this than you. I'm better at protecting people than you.
Mm-hmm.
Is the implication there that Hal Jordan is a washed up loser and the world sees him as a washed up loser?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. He's a washed up toxic loser. He's probably an alcoholic because that's the other part of this playbook. We saw it with Indiana Jones, we saw it with Luke Skywalker, we've seen it with every legacy hero. Now, here's the thing: if John is saying to Hal in this, I'm better at this than you, and then learns that he's not, and actually has to learn from this man and realize that this is the mentor he's been looking for, and I'm arrogant and young and I have to be put in my place, that's one thing. I would put money on the table that is not what happens. I would put money on the table that the second he suits up, he will be the bestest Green Lantern ever.
Yes. But let's also talk about this. They ain't suiting up proper until the end. They're not suiting up proper. It'll be the end of episode 7. They're going to look at the suit, and then episode 8, they're going to be in the suits for maybe 5 minutes.
Yeah, Daredevil has completely changed the way superhero TV shows work, and I hate it. Even though I love that Daredevil show, the original Netflix run, everything feels like it has to be that now, where he's not Daredevil until the last 10 minutes of the show.
But it works for Daredevil because that's the kind of character Daredevil is. It can work in that environment. And also all the actors are carrying that whenever the writing is weak, which isn't very often in the first 3 seasons. Daredevil Born Again is a completely different story. That show sucks. That's terrible. But if we look at this now, there's no suits. It looks like Reacher. It looks like a little bit of Banshee, not in quality, just in aesthetic, right? It's gray.
Yeah.
It's this kind of grimy yellow tinted color scheme that we got. Again, this yellow tint. Who is this for? Green Lantern with no color in it. It's a Green Lantern property with no color.
Did you see? Somebody said that they were like, "Hey, I thought this was supposed to be Green Lantern. Where's the green?" And HBO Max quote tweeted that and showed a picture of a green basket of fries on the table, and then DC reposted that. So they're literally like, "Yeah, we know you hate this."
They literally zoomed in on this scene right here. You can see there's a green basket, and they're like, "Oh, there was green in there all along." And it's they're trying to be tongue in cheek, but we're done. We're done in the era where you think you can get away with that. Why can't you just make good content? Like, what's wrong with making exciting content? I don't know. Are they capable of doing it, or is this going to be an instance where I could forecast this? We're going to get in the future. This is going to come out, and let's say people are going to say it's incredible. Some people are going to say it's not. But fast forward a few years, if there's no more Green Lantern content after this, like if it goes on hiatus, you're going to have somebody involved with the production here who's going to say something stupid like Kathleen Kennedy. Well, we didn't know what to do with it. We didn't have enough source material. That's in the chamber for something like this. Oh, what else? We didn't have the budget.
You know what else is in the chamber? And I don't know if this guy says it or if James Gunn says it during the press tour. Because let's face it, James Gunn will be in every interview on the press tour.
I don't want that.
But he will be, because he's in the press tour for everything. One of them will be will say something about the fact that Jon Stewart is black. There will be comments about how important this show is because Jon Stewart is black.
Jon Stewart has always been black.
I know, but he's
always been a beloved character.
It will be called out that he is black because we have to draw attention to it. We have to hold for applause. We have to fart in the champagne flute and smell it while basking in our own glory and how and what a great white savior James Gunn is. If this show was this show should have been Lethal Weapon in space.
Yes, it should have been a space cop drama.
It should have been Riggs and Murtaugh in space.
Yes.
That's what this
Yes.
is. You tell me it's John, it's Hal training John. Okay, cool. We're gonna go to different planets. It's gonna be John as like a fish out of water, all of a sudden having to see all these different aliens. Hal having to like show him how to interact with alien species. We're having to make reports to the Guardians. Kilowog shows up and maybe Hal pulls John out of basic training because Kilowog is like destroying him. Like John thinks that because he's a Marine, he's gonna like be able to breeze through this, and Kilowog is this big, giant alien dude. Like you're not gonna see any of that, and this should have been all sorts of different creatures, different aliens. It should have been a space romp adventure. Instead, it's set in the American desert, and from what we've heard, American conservatives are the villains of this.
Oh,
it's going to be a group of religious conservatives in the desert in the United States as the villains of this show. And look, I don't care if you're conservative or liberal. I'm tired of American politics being the driving force of good and evil in something. Can we just have a space adventure? That's what you want out of Green Lantern. It should be like Hal is, here it is right away. Hal is taking him through basic training, and then Hal's like, hey, I want you to meet my mentor, and it's Sinestro. And we finally go to Sinestro's planet, and we see that he subjugated it. And now Hal has to now deal with the concept that his mentor, the guy who taught him, is a piece of crap. And they have to fight Sinestro together. And now Hal has a conflict and John has a conflict. And it's in space and it's awesome. And you cast Mark Strong as Sinestro again because he deserved better than what he got.
Marv, are you telling me that you don't want to go week to week to week of American desert for a Green Lantern show? Do you think maybe you're the problem here? Because that sounds like you're the problem.
I'm clearly the problem. And he'd just be sitting, and everyone's going to be sitting there like, F, 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 F. Oh, dick joke. James Gunn.
I can't wait till we see. Actually, I can't wait because I don't actually want this. This is a joke. But we're going to get the Hal Jordan orgy scene like we got in Peacemaker.
Oh yeah. We got to make everyone's got to be gay and curse. Like that's the whole thing.
Gay, curse, fornication. There's got to be lots of fornication.
Yep. John Cena, I'll never forget John Cena with all of that swinging pipe around his head.
Yeah. Granted, you want to talk about Peacemaker, like, okay, yeah, he's not a straight character. That's one thing, but
nobody cares what you do with Peacemaker.
But unfortunately, Peacemaker was interesting at first. Like John Cena plays the heck out of that character. So you're like, I care a lot about this guy. I want to see more. And it's, they're just beating him up again. Oh, they're just putting him down again. He's the butt of every joke. He's a loser. He's constantly and forever going to be a loser in his own show a second time. You did it in season 1. He had a character arc in season 1. Season 2, we undo everything from season 1. So I look at this Lanterns thing. It's like, all right, well, Hal Jordan's the butt of every joke. We got the Supergirl cop sheriff saying, don't do anything in my effing town.
Well, how about the moment in Peacemaker season 2 where Adebayo is like, man, I don't think this Yahtzee world is different from our world as we like to think it is. I'm like, girl, you live in a country where you are free to be a fat black lesbian, and your mother had one of the highest ranking official roles in the entire U.S. government. Shut up.
Hey, you know how they're like, I don't think it's much different from our world. Hey, they're literally trying to chase you through the street to kill you. Like that's happening 5 minutes ago. This is a horror.
Tim Meadows will pop up and be like, "I've got bird blindness," and then you get James Gunn sitting in the corner going, "Bird blindness. He can't tell the difference between birds." I don't know why he's Vince McMahon in this situation, but.
So we know that a lot of people didn't watch Peacemaker season 2. I have used, just as an experiment, the bird blindness joke countlessly with people that haven't seen the show. Not a single one of them have laughed.
Not
at all.
One laugh.
Not one laugh out of context, out like you try to make the bird blindness joke. No one thinks it's funny.
Let me ask you something. If this were delivered by the guy who played the ladies' man on SNL, would you have found that funny? I don't know what that is. Of course you don't.
Of course you don't. Oh man, I was optimistic for this show because what they told us, it was like, oh, it's going to be a space true. They literally told us it was going to be a space true detective. Oh, one of them's an effing squirrel. What? Were you out of color budget for this trailer?
Even if the whole point is it's supposed to be like True Detective, do it in space.
Exactly. You know, put them on the volume. We'll suffer the volume. All right. Look, it's a give and take. It's a give and take, DC. You could use the volume from Star Wars. All right. You do all the backdrops you want. You want to go call Lucasfilm. All right. They're not doing anything important. You could use their prosthetics team. Do something and give us the actual in space detective drama.
I mean, you've got to deal with the Guardians. You got to talk about the Central Power Battery. I would even put in the Yellow Impurity, where the ring doesn't work on yellow. I would bring that back for a movie. That would be really interesting. But then, and introduce the concept of the Blackest Night. Introduce the first thing that they should be doing is taking Atrocitus in, who's not a Red Lantern yet.
Here's the thing, and Marv, I'm pretty sure you'd agree with me. Comic book fans and the animation fans, maybe, but not even the animation fans, but comic book fans know Green Lantern's lore.
Mm-hmm.
Animation fans know Green Lantern as Jon Stewart from the Justice League era, and maybe if you were one of the handful of people that watched any of the Green Lantern animations, but not many people have seen those, especially not normies that you're trying to bring into this new DC world. The first thing should be, what are Green Lanterns?
Well, so you want to know my thought on this also is that Green Lantern, the movie with Ryan Reynolds, is one of the most despised pieces of superhero media to ever be created, right? It was a major flop. It was a major bomb. It's the butt of every joke. They were like, well, the problem, I could hear a Warner Brothers executive being like, well, the problem was all that space stuff that they were doing. Problem was all that green. Because this is the exact polar opposite of the Ryan Reynolds movie.
It is. Yeah.
This is an overcorrection. Which I'm like, why would that be able to happen? I thought James Gunn could do whatever he wanted.
Do you remember Matthew McConaughey? Do you remember Woody Harrelson? Remember True Detective? We gave them Green Lantern rings. That's what this is. I'm not optimistic for it, which I think for me, like personally, I was 50-50 on James Gunn's Superman. I still kind of am 50-50 on it. There was 50% of it I really liked, like the actors. I love the actors. I think, and I would like to see more of them in these roles with a different writer and director, right? I think the writing was garbage in Superman. So I like the actors, but I hated the writing. And I'm like, okay, well, it was just the first outing. And then we get Peacemaker season 2, and I'm like, I hate what you've done here. Mm-hmm. I liked Peacemaker. I suffered through season 1, and I really liked the Suicide Squad, the James Gunn Suicide Squad. I enjoyed that a lot. I thought that was great.
It had its moments.
I thought it was just such a pick me up from. I think that the Harley Quinn story was very much shoot in. Like they did not need any of that, but they were like, hey, we need to get Margot Robbie in this, so like we'll do this story. But that was all. That was good. It was good enough for me. Seeing this, I'm out. I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
This is you. I am off ramped. I know I have zero faith in this ever getting better. I'm done. You've killed me here. What are we looking at? This is and a lot of people are like, hey, okay. It's just a trailer. We're not supposed to judge by, what the property is by the trailer. That's a crock of crap. That's exactly what trailers are there for. Trailers are there to sell the shows and movies and games. If you see a trailer and you're like, that is not at all for me, that does not look good, then that trailer has failed.
Agreed.
So
I mean, look, if you showed me this trailer and you didn't tell me it was a Green Lantern thing, when he calls himself the Green Lantern at the end, maybe then I'd be like, wait, what? But like, there's nothing about this that's Green Lantern. Look, there's no one that hates the Snyderverse more than me. Okay. But when I saw this trailer, I was like, F it. Give it back to him. It couldn't be worse.
Unfortunately, it could always be worse.
But you know what? Like, I would watch Batman versus Superman before I watch this.
Casually, you mean? Casually,
I'm
like,
gonna
hey,
have to watch this for work, obviously.
But I mean, like,
for my own like viewing pleasure. Like, if I'm on a plane, if somebody was like, "Well, you can watch a few episodes of Lanterns, or you could watch Zack Snyder's Justice League," I'd be like, "I guess I'll watch the Justice League." If these are my only two options, because this looks terrible. And say what you will about the Snyderverse, it wasn't woke, at least.
I think my closing thought here on this Lanterns thing is, I mean, look at this scene right here. This shot. This is Hal Jordan flying away, wearing full civilian gear
with the ring on, though. Also, why is the suit hung up in a closet? The suit comes from the ring. The suit is a construct.
Don't ask questions.
Just consume product and get excited for next product.
That's right. That's what this is. I remember it like it was yesterday. You used to see superhero media, not just shows, not just movies, superhero media. They used to suit up by the end of Act 1.
Yep.
And then Acts 2 and 3 was them going through character development, having now become the hero wearing the suit.
Yeah, and Tony Stark dons the Mark I Iron Man suit in the first act of that movie.
That's right. Yeah. And then throughout the rest of the film, he's trying on different suits. We see the Mark II, and as he's building Mark II and developing Mark III, it's important. The hero is as important as Tony Stark. They are intertwined. You know, it's same thing with all I was thinking was this made me watching this trailer made me think of Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man films. He is in the suit a lot.
Yes, absolutely. Or Batman Begins, when you have him trying out the different versions of the suit. When he sneaks into Gordon's office, he's wearing the ski mask and stuff like that. He jumps off the building, realizes he needs the cape. All right, now I've got to go back and try to figure this out with the cape, until you get to that amazing horror movie scene where he is just a creature of the night taking down all of Carmine Falcone's thugs.
Yes. Where were the other drugs going? Swear to me.
Look, I have said it before. I'll say it again. Batman Begins is the greatest Batman movie ever made.
It's a great movie. It's a great movie, and it's a great.
And I'm not saying it's a better movie.
Batman movie.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's a better movie than The Dark Knight, because The Dark Knight, I think, is arguably a better film, but it's a better Batman story.
Yeah.
The Dark Knight is never a Batman story, in my opinion. Like, it's a good movie. It's a good movie about a vigilante versus a deformed terrorist, but I don't get Batman and the Joker from it.
I think there's a lot of debate when it comes to the Batman movies. I envision a world where we're not comparing which one's the best. It's just these were good, and like, here's why versus this is bad, and here's why. Yeah. There's always a lot of debate on that. But
two out of three of those Nolan movies are very good.
2 out of 3 are very good. And actually, it's funny. I'm literally wearing a Bane shirt right now from the film.
That's the one that's bad.
This is the one. But I liked Bane.
Terrible. That movie
I liked Bane until we found out he was a simp. At which point, I didn't like it anymore.
Hey, Alfred. What's the name of that? That cafe that you were talking about earlier? No reason. Just want to.
Yeah.
Just good Lord, like, by the way, Mr. Wayne, you cannot the autopilot on the bat does not work. If piloting automatically is a thing that you want to do, you're going to have a very bad time because the autopilot absolutely positively does not work. Or how about
we don't have time to fix it?
How about yeah, I know you're Batman because you came in the orphanage and you looked at me. You gave me that look. I get 2 looks from billionaires. One is I'm going to take you to a private island. The other one is I'm Batman. You gave me that look. You didn't give me the island look. You gave me the I'm Batman look. Oh.
Well, Lanterns, no suits, 8 episodes, 8 weeks, Marv. We have to slog through this crap. 8 weeks, dude.
8 weeks.
No thanks. But all right, we're gonna keep covering it here. If they say anything else or put out any other content, we will take care of that and give our thoughts. But with that, let's go back to the chat. I gotta take that down, move that over. All right, we've got here. Let's see. This is for you.
Zen Wookie for $2 is Brokeback Mountain followed up by Gunn. He would love that.
Gun jammed.
Yeah.
Sean, formerly artist John, Jimbo Gunn just is obsessed with World War II baddies. Dull.
He is. He is. That is the easiest villain to possibly go to. It is almost cliche at this point because they are the ultimate villains of history. So,
tell me it wasn't a moment in Peacemaker 2 when it was like, oh yeah, this is a World War II baddies planet. Wasn't it? It was like a, come on.
Yeah. No, I saw it coming too. Like when he first got there, I was just like, I bet you this is Earth X. And look, there's nothing wrong with Earth X being in these stories because Earth X has, been a DC thing for forever.
Yeah. In the comics,
it was done poorly. It's just that's the thing with James Gunn. It's like Peacemaker was like, well, I want to make the boys, but I want to do it with no nuance or cleverness.
I think it's the kind of thing we're running out of first times for comics. Actually, there's a question here I pulled up from the chat I want to get to talk more about just that. Kentucky Tim for a 10 banger. Here's some lunch money. Wizard needs food, and don't forget fries for Marv. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday to you, Kentucky Tim. And we got to go try the McDonald's Big Arch.
Wait, is that a
product? Oh, have you seen the McDonald's ad with the CEO where he like squirrel bites like a tiny little nibble of a promo for their new sandwich? Oh, you got it later. You got to watch it.
What is it? What is it? Krusty Burger, where he's just like, some of the juices accidentally went down my throat.
Well, it's Chris K. They're trying to turn this guy into an influencer for McDonald's. It's literally the CEO, and he's not high personality. He's a numbers business guy. He is not he can't emote, right? So I'm here having my lunch. He's extremely awkward, and he's like, oh, look at there's a big arch. It's all gooey, and then he goes, the tiniest little nibble as if he's afraid to actually eat it. And people are like, that ain't food.
You pull it up. I want
McDonald's ain't food. We gotta pull it up. But all right, I'll let you you could read this while I find it.
Butter biscuit for $5.
Oh, I screwed it up. Wrong button. There you go.
For $5. Surprised there was no mention of Godzilla, Street Fighter, and Mortal Kombat with the theater outlook. We did mention Mortal Kombat. MK should do much better than during the Beer Bug because, absolutely, because it also is not going to be released on a streaming service at the same time as going in theaters. I think it'll do well enough. I hated that first Mortal Kombat movie because there was no Mortal Kombat in it.
It was awful.
Thank you, because everybody loves that movie, and I'm like, this movie's terrible. It is like objectively a terrible film. And
Yeah.
like the entire time, I'm like, okay, well, at least this dude is gonna clearly merge with the spirit of his ancestor and become the new Scorpion at the end of this and fight Sub-Zero. He never does. We just get Scorpion, like the original Scorpion Man. I'm like, what's the point of this guy the whole movie?
What's annoying about that film is the first either 10 or 15 minutes, the opening Scorpion scene, like with the whole Scorpion intro. I'm like, oh, this movie's gonna slap. This is really good.
Yeah.
I'm interested. I just want to see this. I just want to see this revenge story play out. I forgot I'm in a Mortal Kombat movie, and then it cuts to Mortal Kombat, and oh, it's crap.
And I'm sorry, like Raiden is terrible in this. Liu Kang is an afterthought. We've killed Goro before there's a Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
And now in the second one, at least there's gonna be a Mortal Kombat.
I hope so.
It looks like they're actually going
so.
to the tournament in this one, and Shao Kahn. But again, it's you wasted the Shang Tsung movie because it should have been Mortal Kombat where you have to fight Shang Tsung at the end, and now we're going into Mortal Kombat 2. I guess Shang Tsung is still there, but Shao Kahn is the main villain.
Right. Well,
Street Fighter I'm interested in because I think Street Fighter is just going to be like a live action cartoon.
And I think it's going to be really good because of that, because it knows exactly what it is.
And no, we're not, guys. We're not hating on the original Mortal Kombat. I love that movie. We're hating on the Mortal. We're rating on the Mortal Kombat from 2021. It was just terrible film.
Was it 21? It was 21. Yeah, no, it was it was like a couple of months before the James Gunn Suicide Squad.
It was while we were all still like trapped at home. I remember that.
Like, yeah, it was still during the lockdown. This is for you.
Yeah. Godzilla Minus Zero, by the way, is also going to do very well, but it's not going to hit $1 billion.
This is a new member for the M4 Empire.
Oh, this is one of mine. Phil Mitchell's Fist became a member of the M4 Empire channel. Thank you very much, Phil. Hope you enjoy it.
Shout out. And then Phil comes in with a 10 banger for you.
Phil Mitchell's Fist for 10's his first time here, enjoying and agree with the convo. Glad to be here. Glad to have you, Phil. Welcome. Hope you'll also subscribe to the Real Life Fake Wizard channel, which just passed 80,000 subscribers. Congratulations, Wizard. Because
thank you.
Good Lord, that is unbelievable. My channel, obviously much smaller. We are pushing though 7,000 subscribers, so that should be coming soon.
Hey, it's we're making waves, man. M4 is making waves.
Well, we've gotten about 2,000 subscribers in the last 2 months, so I'm very happy about that.
That's awesome. I mean, that's very good. That is very good. Archer Merchant for you.
For 5 says it's obvious Gunn thinks it's edgy to have Crypto peeing on Superman and Supergirl white girl drunk hot mess, but it just comes off as Guardians 4. It does. Just only not nearly as clever. Yeah.
It comes off as an insult.
Yeah.
Aren't you excited, Marv? Don't you want to see Supergirl, white girl, wasted and sad and miserable,
nihilistic and just
nihilistic?
The only thing about that movie that I'm even slightly interested in is Lobo.
And he's not going to be in it very much.
Probably not.
He won't be in it very much. Let's see here. This is also for you.
Sean, formerly known as John, says, do you think cowboy hat wearing chick will be gay? 100%.
Yeah, or she's got a rocky past with Hal Jordan and he's actually like a bad partner.
Oh, 100. Yeah, easily.
Yeah,
easily.
It'll be something like that. Either she's gay or they have a bad past.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for that. There was one comment here I wanted to talk to because I feel like this was a really important point. How many dumb origin stories do we need? And very quickly, at least one more. I think Green Lantern needs a proper origin story because we've never gotten a good enough one that everybody, when you say Bruce Wayne, most people think of the pearls. Okay. Everybody knows what happened to Bruce Wayne. Everybody knows the Spider-Man origin, right? But nobody knew the Iron Man origin like that. And I mean, for normal folks, for the normies, not the super fans or even light fans adjacent, like you needed the Captain America origin. You needed the Iron Man origin. We needed Shang-Chi because no one knew Shang-Chi.
I actually think we needed another Superman origin story with the James Gunn Superman or at least we at least needed a 5-minute recap in the beginning, like the times they are a change in Watchmen style to catch us up on everything, because we start in the middle of the second act of a story in that Superman film and it hurts it. Or
Yes.
you know, even if Superman has been active for a while, we have to see the impetus as to why Lex Luthor hates him.
What, Marv, are you saying that you're not happy with a title crawl of what happened before the movie started? Was that not enough for you?
Superman was just in a really cool fight. Too bad you don't get to see it. Boom! There he is. First shot of your hero, and he's bleeding in the snow. And then we're going to do a stupid gag while the dog jumps all over him.
If the movie opened on a montage of Lex Luthor sending, because the movie specifically says Superman just lost his first fight. Okay, well, now you're starting for audiences because you didn't show us, you told us. We're not registering that properly. We are only seeing Superman lose as the movie opens. So this Superman loses. That's what you're telling us. This opens
but
with.
you know, like if you blink and miss that, don't worry. You like don't feel let down that you didn't get to see Superman get his ass handed to him in that fight, because you're going to get to see it about 5 more times throughout the course of this film, because Superman isn't capable of winning a fight in this movie. Like,
no,
can I just say also, like the end where he's like, brain beats brawn. Okay, here's my dog to win the fight for me. No, that's not what this is. The second that mask comes off and he sees it's a clone of him, he should just be like, oh, Luthor, you think you know what I'm capable of? You think you know everything about me? Let me tell you something, man. Every single time that you've seen me in a fight, I am holding back. I'm doing it. I live in a world of paper, but now that I know this is me, I know exactly how much I can take, and you're about to get a lesson. And the first punch creates a shockwave. Like, it's got to be like, you have been seeing 10% of what I can do, and now you're about to get 75.
You're only seeing 10% of my power.
Exactly. This isn't even my final form.
This isn't even my final form.
Gotta say, Dragon Ball Z Abridged had the funniest thing where when Frieza does this is only 10% of my power, and he does the thing and that the lightning would strike him, and he just goes, may God himself strike me down, and the lightning hits and he goes, ha, nice try.
Look, there you go. Oh, look, another example of a fan having a better idea and a better story than what James Gunn and Hollywood can create.
There's precedent. We've gotten the I live in a world of cardboard speech from Jim Daly in the end of Justice League Unlimited.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah. There's a lot of incredible comics talking about the concept that Superman and Spider-Man are holding back, and they've never been properly adapted.
Yeah.
They've never been properly adapted. That these two are actually way more powerful than we comprehended, you know. And it's they're never going to get that right. So having him start and lose the fight, why did they let him get away for it's stupid. It's trying to put logic.
The second he sees it's him, it should be like, oh, okay. So now
game
I can
on,
actually
dude.
throw down for real. Because also like a clone of Superman would not be as powerful as Superman. I truly don't think. So it wouldn't be able to operate 100% of what Clark can do, especially because it would probably have to be diluted with human DNA.
Even that, it's so rushed over. Who's the final big bad of this? Oh, it's just a Superman clone. How?
It's essentially
Why?
Nuclear Man is what it is. Like it's
right.
It's the exact plot of Superman before, was it, with Nuclear Man?
Yeah, but like and we throw him into the dimension, whatever it is, the black hole dimension. It's in a lot of the I'm just forgetting the name. It has a specific name, but it's like, oh well, when he comes out of that, he's going to be Bizarro. Really? Is that what we're setting up for here? A Bizarro?
Nice, the clone. You also could have had the clone deteriorating, and that's why the clone becomes Bizarro. The clone deteriorates to the point where Luthor loses control of him, and now suddenly, you have to be on Phantom Zone. That's true.
That's exactly. It was a Phantom Zone. Thank you, chat.
That is true.
I just I don't think Bizarro is going to work in live action like the way we think it should, because firstly because
they would never do the way Bizarro should actually James Gunn might, and he would do it really bad.
Yeah, he would do it bad. He wouldn't do it right. But all right, well we're running low on time, but we got to get through. There's another quick topic we're going to get through, but before that, Marv, I want you to see this. Let me know if the audio is coming through. It should be coming through. This is the McDonald's CEO trying their new burger.
Wait, I'm sorry. This is the guy that they're trying to make into the influencer. He looks like the biggest dweeb on the planet.
Yes, man.
Chris K here with, you've heard about it. Here it is, the Big Arch. This is something that we have tested already in Portugal, Germany, Canada. I love this product. It is so good. I'm going to do a
product. I love this burger. No, I love this product.
This piece of content that is talking about this product.
What is this made out of
now?
Chris?
But I'm going to eat this for my lunch, just so you know. So here we go. First, holy cow. God, that is a big burger. We've got a very unique kind of sesame poppy sort of bun on it. We've got 2 quarter-pound patties, a delicious Big Arch sauce, and of course some lettuce. So, there's so much going on with this.
Too much lettuce.
First of all, let's try to get this.
There's so much going on with this
thing. I don't even know how to attack it. Got so much to it.
You bite it.
There's also some crispy onions on here as well. I see those kind of coming out. All right, the moment of truth.
Look at that little bite.
Oh my God.
Look at that little bite.
That is so good. That's a big bite for a big.
That's a big bite. That's a big boy bite. You bit it like Squidward bit the Krabby Patty.
Yeah. You like Krabby Patties, don't you, Squidward?
Like if you turned Squidward into a guy, he'd probably look like this dude.
Yes. And he works at a burger joint. That's great, man.
Big Arch. It's distinctively McDonald's. Only McDonald's could do this type of burger, but it also is unlike anything else on our menu. It's a delicious product. You know, you've got sort of the cheeses and the gooiness, but those crispy onions as well gives a nice texture. And of course, we've got the pickles. So I'm going to enjoy the rest of my lunch, but Big Arch, try it when you can get it.
Okay, they're trying to turn this guy into an influencer.
No.
Is there anything remotely exciting about this man?
Nothing. He is he is as spicy as ketchup. Like
this guy is the embodiment of mayonnaise.
Yes. Yeah. Oh my goodness. That is.
Shout out to Hypnotic in the chat. He threw that shit out immediately after the video. Yeah.
Yep. I'm telling you, it was Krusty the Clown when he takes the bite in the commercial for the Krusty Burger and he goes, some of the juice accidentally got down my throat as soon as the camera cuts. It's like, remember when they're doing the thing when they're doing the spoof on the Olympics with the free burgers? And he's like, you people are pigs. I'm personally gonna spit in every thirsty burger.
Hey, if there was any indication that this is not a real burger, this was it, Chris K. You've given it away, man. You like, come on, a little more performance. Have a little more fun, a little personality.
Like, just take a big messy bite, dude. Like, what, you gonna get it on your cardigan?
Oh no, I made a mess. Oh no, look, I need a napkin.
All right, so hold on. I'm looking at what's on the Big Arch right now. It comes with Big Arch sauce, crispy onions, slivered onions, pickle, too much shredded lettuce, so we're gonna take that off. White cheddar cheese, salt, beef, and sesame seed bun. Okay. I'm ordering one right now, actually.
You're going to try the Big Arch?
I'm going to try the Big Arch.
We're going to need a proper food review video from you then.
Yeah, we're going to have to.
You have lunch this afternoon. You got to do a proper... No, you got to open the M4 Empire stream tonight with a food review of the Big Arch. All right, but we are super strapped for time, but we do got to cover this one last thing. This is a pretty big topic coming to us from geeksandgamers.com and written by Marvin Truly right here. Rumored God of War spinoff focus on Kratos' wife sparks major fan backlash. Now, Marvin, you've covered this, so you know what is going on here. If we could just introduce it briefly.
So this is not officially announced yet. Santa Monica has not said it, but a lot of people are talking about the fact that the God of War spinoff is going to focus exclusively on Faye, Kratos' wife, was played by Deborah Ann Wolf in the games, and it's going to be it's a God of War game with no Kratos in it. So this is just more male hero replacement theory, where it's we hate all the male heroes and all these franchises. We have to replace them with women or more diverse characters, and it just more of that. It's a game that nobody's going to want to do. You'll probably play as Faye before she meets Kratos. The only thing that I could find interesting about this is seeing how they meet.
Right.
Because I've always been curious about that, because he basically insinuates in the game that when they met, they fought.
So that's where it's so what you're telling me here is that we had God of War and God of War Ragnarok.
Yes.
2 games for Norse mythology, which is massive. There's a lot of mythology in Norse mythology and stuff they didn't cover for sure. So we're not doing a continuation of Norse mythology. We're not going to Egypt, which it has been hinted at since 2013 that we were going to be going to Egypt with Kratos and he was going to take on the Egyptian gods. We're not doing that. We're also not doing the Atreus story. See, Atreus leaves at the end of Ragnarok to go off and find the giants, or not the giants, the frost giants.
Yeah, he's going to find the Jotuns. Yeah,
he's going to go find the Jotuns. So
he has all of their souls in the marbles, and so he's going to go try to find the other marbles to bring them all back.
So instead of doing that, we are doing a prequel to God of War 2018 about his wife. Now, I don't have a problem with the wife character here. Faye, she's barely in the game, but the opening scene of God of War 2018 is that she's already dead.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally a funeral. The opening of 2018 is her funeral that she has died. So now we're going back for a character that we know is already dead.
So we'll probably see her leaving Jotunheim. We'll see her launch the rebellion that she launches in Svartalfheim, and probably also see her fight Thor in Vanaheim. That's it, because those are the 3 things that we know that she did. She'll get the axe from Brock and Sindri,
right? And
maybe in the end meet Kratos, but who knows? They might see franchise in this, and so they might want to, continue it on with multiple Faye games, but who knows? The only Kratos games that we're getting, by the way, are remakes of 3 games that didn't need to be remade.
That's right. So we just got they shadow dropped Sons of Sparta, which is a 2D side scroller, which is like another prequel for God of War. We've gotten a few prequels already. And my biggest problem with this is you want to tell this story. And now there's an interview with Corey Barlog talking about this and how he had the idea for this game in particular a long time ago. It seemed like he wasn't referencing actually making the game. He was just saying, well, there's a story about Faye that I would love to tell. And it seems like, okay, well, no, that is going to be a full game here. Marv, my biggest problem with this is that God of War Ragnarok came out 4 years ago. 2018 with God of War 2018 will be 8 years ago now. It's almost, soon it'll be a decade since that game released. And we're not getting younger here.
No,
we are not. The time is moving on and it is taking longer for them to make games. It is more expensive than ever before for these AAA studios to make games. So you mean to tell me you're going to waste precious time with this franchise now going back, putting it at risk of underperforming, which could cause the shelving of the entire franchise moving forward from this point on.
You know, I was talking on
what
stream,
are we doing?
I was talking on stream recently about just how catastrophic it is when a game like this fails. Because you figure these studios put what, $300 million into the development of these games at least. And it's not like Lucasfilm where it's like, oh, okay, well, the Acolyte bombed, but we got another show coming up right on its heels that we could try to make some of our money back, or we got another movie coming out later because we're Disney or whatever. For a game studio, if your product bombs, you don't have another product to bring to the market for another like 5 years.
I'm going to try to find it here, because to your point, you know, you're talking about when a product like this bombs. We are now starting to see, and especially with PlayStation, we unfortunately with PlayStation, we have a lot of the analytics. Now, PlayStation recently announced, and this is kind of a side point, but it is important here. PlayStation just announced that it was announced on behalf of PlayStation that they're no longer going to be doing PC ports. And part of the explanation for that is that the PC ports don't sell as well as just having the game on the console, so it's expensive, and you know, there's not a lot of demand there. Well, why isn't there a lot of demand there? Well, because eventually you give people time. So PlayStation players play these games, they experience them, and then after they're out, PC gamers see, well, firstly, they get to watch the whole game on YouTube. So by the time it's out, they don't care. They already know how it ends. But secondly, they see all of the flaws. They see all of the mistakes. And so we can look statistically at PlayStation as they continue doing sequels. As far as Steam numbers is concerned, the actual sales decline. The sales radically decline.
Could you, but also at the same time, could you imagine though if like they released Ghost of Yotai on Steam, so we could have seen concurrent player counts for that?
Exactly. That would have been massive.
They definitely don't want that. Steam concurrent player counts are the new way that you know, we own them.
Well, we have to hold them accountable, because the access media certainly won't. That's people ask me all the time, why do you care so much about the numbers? Because that's the only way we're able to hold these franchises, these studios, these companies, these conglomerates to something. So here it is.
They will try to lie. Ubisoft, how many times has Ubisoft attempted to you know, make it seem like they're doing more or that their games have been a success when in actuality they're abysmal failures? You need to be able to point to those numbers. You need to be able to point to the fact that nobody is playing that 1348 or whatever game, but like everyone's going to play Chud Knight.
Everybody is going to play Chud Knight. Chud Knight's going to get a lot of sales. I think Crimson Desert's also going to get a lot of sales. So right here, this is sales numbers coming from Alina Analytics. They did this deep dive study. This is a whole article here. But I want to look at this particular part. So we have God of War Ragnarok hits Steam, and it clears quite a few sales. This is in the millions here.
Now is that God of War 2018, that top one?
Yes.
Okay.
So this is when 2018 hit Steam. That sold a lot. 2018 is well respected. A lot of people like God of War 2018. There's a couple of haters out there, but literally it's a couple. 2018 is a fun game, and it was a great setup. And it was a great introduction to the world. And I mean, didn't it win? I think it won a bunch of game awards, but I think it deserved it. We look at Ragnarok. Yeah. Ragnarok had some problems. Ragnarok has some problems. It has a lot of division. It's got a little bit of Sweet Baby Inc. in there. And we could see the sales crater. But it's not just God of War. They have the same problem. If we scroll up, Horizon, same problem. Same problem. Why do they have a sequel problem here, folks? God of War, we scroll down, Spider-Man 2, same problem. So it's Marv, to your point, as they keep doing sequels, as they keep creating sequels, they're seeing a diminishing return, a decline in Steam sales. Now, we don't know if this is exactly what the PlayStation numbers are. Obviously, Spider-Man 2 sold gangbusters. It needed to sell a lot to make a lot of money. But we talk about something as serious as this. God of War is a massive franchise. So can it survive doing a prequel game with a new character? That's the question.
Yeah, I legitimately don't think it can. I think that people already kind of after Ragnarok, because Ragnarok did not get too deep into the weeds on woke stuff. I mean, yes, they kind of defanged Kratos quite a bit in that one. They did the race swap on Angerboda, but I think people for the most part were fairly accepting of it. Though I know it has its very loud detractors out there. I think if they did this, it's all the proof that people are going to need that this franchise is is going into the wrong way. Like you see Philip here saying that people want to play God of War with Kratos, not God of Karens. And literally she's Karen Page. So, but yeah, like I think that like that will be all the proof that they need. I think people are already like really iffy about the fact that they're making this that they're making this remake trilogy, because they're like, well, what are they going to do to soften Kratos in this? Like, I was okay with the softening of Kratos in these games because this is Kratos at a different period in his life. Like, we all, like, once you reach a certain age, we all kind of have that moment where we're no longer that piss and vinegar young man anymore, who's just full of like fire and fury, and like we start to settle down more and look at the way we acted maybe in our 20s, and we're like, ugh. But you know, like I liked 2018 because I'm like, this is a really positive father, like strong male father figure here. Yes. And that's something that you don't really see anymore. And so I was able to still enjoy Ragnarok because I was like, this is still a continuation of this father-son dynamic, and he still is a very positive father figure in this. It's not like you know,
at a time where we don't get we don't get positive role model father figures in media very often anymore. So having Kratos be that, even after all the previous God of Wars, it's like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So, but yes, like Katie here with God of War's wife.
Well, you know, so shout out to Kata, good friend of the channel. He was posting some really funny stuff, and he posted a caption for this, and I stole it, and I had to make something with it. I'm going to show it off here, but this is what the upcoming God of War game is. The Real Housewives.
Longtime. Oh, that's amazing. I love it.
Coming to you 2027, The Real Housewives.
You know what? If I can address one thing from the chat, this game could turn out amazing and all of this ends up not mattering. It's very possible. It's very possible this game would turn out good. But I think people just want more Kratos. And if Santa Monica is working on this game, they're not working on a new Kratos game.
That's right. Right.
Ghost of Yotai is a perfect example of this. That people wanted more Jin Sakai. We wanted to continue the story of the Ghost. They left him alive at the end of that game for a reason. We basically wanted to be Ninja Batman like more than we already were in the first game. And they were like, no, you don't need that anymore. You need this girl.
We shall see. But if we look at what PlayStation does, a lot of their games now, they're replacing their protagonists, or they're making games without male protagonists at all. Yeah, and PlayStation is the property where sweaty gamer dudes play as strong female protagonists. That's what PlayStation is today, and it seems like we're just continuing in that direction. Which okay, fine. Some of those games could be incredible. You might love them, but there's something very off about replacing Kratos with a female protagonist.
Agreed.
It feels strange. But with that, Marv, what do you got going on? We got to get out of here.
Yeah, tonight, 8 p.m., the M4 cast over on the M4 Empire channel. Please make sure to subscribe and tune in tonight. We're going to be looking at Scream 7 and comparing it to all the other movies in the franchise. We are also just going to, probably be talking about the Lanterns trailer a bit as well. And M4 cast just always degenerates into random conversation. So you guys hopefully come enjoy that with us. And then we will be doing more game streams later this week over on M4 Empire Gaming, which is a completely different channel. It's a brand new channel. We've only got about 219 subscribers on it so far, but we're growing exponentially, leaps and bounds every single time we stream. So please, guys, come subscribe to M4 Empire Gaming and the M4 Empire.
Shout out. Well, hey, Marv, you got one more super here for you.
Darth Leon for $2 says McDonald's probably spent $1 billion for the R&D on this new burger. Probably.
Probably. Well, all right. That is going to do it for all of us here for Culture Crossfire. Great episode today, and we would keep going if we didn't have lots of other things we have to do. There's a lot.
We are
news.
sending you guys over to the Pro Show with WW Pro, which is currently in progress, so you'll be redirected automatically.
So stick around for the redirect. We're heading over there now. Until next time, create, innovate, inspire, and for the love of God, cancel Disney Plus. All right. Take care, everybody.